In the vast Persian Empire, under the rule of King Xerxes, a young woman rose from obscurity to royalty. Her name was Esther, beautiful, wise, and chosen by destiny. Orphaned as a child, she was raised by her loving cousin Mordecai, who taught her faith, humility, and courage. When Queen Vashti was cast aside, the king sought a new queen from all the maidens in the land. Esther was brought to the palace, and though she hid her identity as a Jew, her grace and inner light could not be hidden. When she stood before the king, his heart was moved. The crown of Persia was placed upon her head, but the true test of her reign was yet to come. A powerful and ruthless man named Haman rose in the kingdom, hungry for honor. When Mordecai refused to bow before him, Haman's wounded pride turned to pure vengeance. He plotted not only against Mordecai, but against all the Jews of Persia. Through deceit, he won the king's approval, and a decree of death was sealed. When Mordecai learned of the decree, he wept in the streets and sent word to Esther. "Go to the king, plead for our people." But Esther trembled. To approach the king uninvited was forbidden, a crime punishable by death. Then Mordecai's message came again. "Do not think you will escape in the palace. Who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" Esther's fear transformed into unshakable faith. She answered, "Gather the people, fast and pray for 3 days. I will go to the king, and if I perish, I perish." On the third day, Esther entered the royal court. The whole fell silent. The king looked upon her, and a smile lit his face. He extended his golden scepter. "What is your request, my queen? Even to half the kingdom it shall be granted." Esther waited, acting with wisdom. She invited the king and Haman to a banquet, and then to another. At the second feast, her voice trembled, yet it carried a divine courage. "If I have found favor in your sight, O king, spare my life and the lives of my people, for we have been sold to destruction and death." The king's eyes blazed with fury. Who would dare to do such a thing? Esther turned, her gaze unwavering. The adversary and enemy. Is this wicked Haman? In that moment, Haman's entire plot collapsed. He was hanged on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. The decree was overturned, the Jewish people were saved, and Mordecai was honored above all men. From that day forward, they celebrated the Feast of Purim, a reminder that when darkness rises, courage born of faith can change the course of history. Esther's story reminds us that sometimes we are placed in positions of influence for such a time as this. Thanks for watching.